I think it's just you.
It's not
It kind of looks like you're green screened on there now, weirdly.
that I'm green screened on here.
No, yeah,
like the background's
like
not
you're
real.
acting in front of a green. Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's really weird.
yeah, I think it's because the light is on me, and we are live, by the way.
There's a huge fly has just entered my room. You can see it. You can see the fly. Oh man.
Well,
oh, no.
Don't get into a like a teleporting device with it because. Ooh,
I mean, will I turn it into Jeff Goldblum? Because then it might be worth doing.
actually, that would be a good idea.
Even Jeff Goldblum from the fly.
You will get us more subscribers, a lot more subscribers. So hello and welcome. We are the Balding Gamers, and wow, you got a lot of double chins just then. And we
Only
are.
one.
No more tears. We are on for our first proper Tech Tuesday. We had Tech Tuesday on Wednesday last week, which got really confusing, especially when we tried to say, hey, we'll be back next Tuesday, and Liam got... You got really confused. You got really confused.
No, you got confused. I had the correct one, and we had a discussion afterwards, and most people agreed with me. I say most people. Chris, who we game with, agreed with me.
Okay, whatever. So, Tech Tuesdays is a regular thing, or it will be a regular thing, where we talk about the latest news in tech and gaming and all things geek. And I'm generally quite sad about I'm generally quite sad about most of the tech news that I've got for us today. It's conspiring against me personally. I think 2020 is throwing some bad tech news at me for December, and I'm not happy
is
about
against
it.
you, Sean.
Everything.
Everything. COVID was to get you, and now you're still alive. So it failed.
I tell you what. 2020 is Obi-Wan and I'm Anakin. I'm falling into a pit of burning lava. Let's go with lava. So, yes, any questions you have throughout, by all means, fire them across into the comments. Chat along with us. Feel free to talk to each other, and we will do our best to answer your questions. If one of us isn't speaking or we have no audio, please also let us know.
Yes, please, because we're bad at this.
Yeah.
We're not on the swing of things yet.
No, but we're getting there. So we shall kick today's tech news off, and the first bit is Cyberpunk 2077 has launched.
Yeah.
And what a launch. What a launch. Ooh, and to be fair, me and Liam have got very, very different ends of this deal. So I got it on launch day, played it, and it played relatively fine, just with loads of bugs, as in things with textures popping in and out, objects popping in and out. Hotfix landed the next day. Mine corrupted the game, and I had to reinstall it. And then when I reinstalled it, like, textures just weren't loading, so it's just a bit of a nightmare. Liam, however...
Mine's working absolutely fine. I can... I don't know how far I am in the game, but like it's not crashed once. I've only had one game-breaking bug right at the beginning when I couldn't walk through a door. But I reset it, working fine, and I'm enjoying it. I'll say that much. Should we review the game from what we've played of it? Like the little 1 hour you've played?
I've played a couple of hours. I think we could talk about our perspectives, because we've both seen the open world stuff, and in my opinion, it looked good when it worked and when like the textures and stuff would finally load. I just felt it was a bit smoke and mirrors, but apparently a lot of it. So CD Projekt Red have put out a statement. I think it came out last night, basically saying, hey, we're sorry, we shouldn't have launched it in the state it's launched in, especially on previous gen consoles, so base PlayStation and base Xbox. So those just, if you have one of those, you poor monsters, it's just not working very well at all. I thought I had a rough deal.
Elitism there, Sean. Showing you PC elitism.
Ouch. That's painful. It's just not working, and they've said that they just didn't focus on it, and by the time it got to crunch time where they realised there were so many errors with it, they just ran out of time to fix it. So they basically said, get a refund if you can, go to your retailer, and then failing that, get in contact with CD Projekt Red and you can get a refund. There is going to be another patch coming out this month and another patch coming out in January. So basically by February, there should be a working game.
They said one in February as well.
One in February, yeah. So and that's kind of what annoys me, is that it shouldn't have been launched until February. By their own admission, it's not going to be working particularly well till then. And they've said that the AI and a lot of the stuff with the open world is part of the bug, and that's why. Because at the moment, AI is just very much, they just do stupid
it's
things.
Basic. It's not. We were saying this the other day. Like Oblivion, I don't even know how old Oblivion is. Has much better NPCs than Cyberpunk, and that's 10 years. I want to guess.
It came out with the original Xbox 360. I think it's about a year after that. So that
doesn't help me.
No, that is old. It's when I started with O2 that came out. So God, very old, like 14 years or so.
How much hair did you have?
I had a lot of hair. You saw my picture. I had a lot of hair back then. Yeah, and that's it. The NPCs you can't interact with anyone. You walk out into this world and it looks great on the surface, but actually everything's on rails. You can't really interact with any of the NPCs. They're going about their business, but then they just fade away and disappear, and they're basically just, I don't know, they say interesting things, and then you can't learn anything more about it. Pull out a gun, and every single one just going, "Oh, help me, help me!" So apparently they've said that it's all a bug. Whether
That's
or not
good.
It is.
A bug which really annoys me. Like, I'm enjoying the game, but what really annoys me is I've got a good headset with like 7.1 stereos, and I'm walking and I hear gunshots, and I just can't tell where it's from. It just, they haven't sorted out the sound bugs, which obviously I can wait. I don't mind too much, but the actual gameplay itself, take the bugs out of it. It's a good RPG. Is it groundbreaking? No, not at all. But is it good? You could get new items, new weapons. You can do them up, but it's nothing new, I would say.
No, definitely not. And they talk about you've got so much grand scope and everything, but you get given 3 options of say yes to this person. Yep. Basically, you've got all this choice, but you don't. There's very little choice and very little to kind of explore and actually do. Gunplay feels odd. It feels like you kind of, I don't know, almost slow, watery, and enemies just run straight at you. It feels like you're playing an old, I don't know, N64 game with the lack of AI. They just run straight towards you, and you can be shooting them in the face, and they just stood there. They don't react or do anything. All in all, unless you're absolutely desperate to play this at the moment, you absolutely should not. It shouldn't have been launched by their own admission, and they've come out. They had their shareholders meeting last night, and a lot of the whole thing got leaked, and basically they said it shouldn't have launched. It wasn't ready. Bad project management.
I just want to say, I am enjoying it. Like it's a good game, and it is filling in that RPG slot, which probably hasn't been filled since Skyrim. I want to say. So it is doing that own thing, but it is just wait. If you don't have it now, there's no point getting it in the next couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would just spoil the experience for you. I played it, and there's a good game underneath all the bugs. There's a good game underneath the errors and all the glitches that were happening. And I had things like audio was constantly cutting out when someone was talking, and it's just all stuff that took away from what will be a good game. And if this AI thing isn't just a ruse of them to be like, we actually haven't implemented any AI, then I wouldn't want to play the game right now with enemies not reacting to you and NPCs not reacting to you, because it just takes away from what will be, hopefully, a really good game in the end. I do think they were, again, they admitted to being dishonest with their of the marketing material with the PlayStation, Xbox versions, because they didn't send out review copies to any outlets because they were still working on it to the last minute. They didn't show off any footage on the previous gen consoles, and it's all just.
And they've even said in this letter that when they're doing it, it's like it's not going to look that good. It's not going to look as good on PC as it will on PS4 or Xbox One. So don't hold out for that. They've come out and said that. So
they're very much holding on to the fact that you're going to get a free upgrade to PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X if you buy it now, which is all well and good, but you can't buy those at the moment. It's very frustrating. So I think. It'll be interesting because CD Projekt Red have always kind of sat on this big high pedestal, and they've always mocked other studios like EA and all of that, and been a case of, we always do it right, we'll release it when it's ready and stuff like that. And I think this has smashed their reputation. Absolutely smashed it.
I think their stock levels dropped 25%.
Yeah.
Like after it came out, which is massive.
Exactly. Investors are panicked because obviously one of the things that have gone by is their reputation. Everyone's always been able to look and go, you know what, they don't do stupid piracy controls, and they, if you buy a copy there, you're going to be able to use it on any platform, and suddenly it's like, rushed it out to hit the holiday release. Somebody, obviously, one of the bean counters at the top, as we're all aware happens in big companies as they stretch out, you get your bean counters at the top who have zero clue how the real world runs. They just like money. And it's Christmas, and new consoles have launched, and new graphics cards have launched, and we want our big shiny game out there. They've remade their entire investment. All the marketing costs and all the development costs has been remade. So, hey, did they fail? Not really.
Is bean counter a common phrase?
I believe so. If not, it will be after.
Because I feel like people counting us would be bean counters. Because look at you. You're a bean. This is going soon. You're a bean. Look at that. You're like a baked bean without the sauce.
Dip me in tomato and I'll bean yours.
Okay, let's keep this PG-13.
Oh, okay. So moving on. So Cyberpunk also at the same time as it launched on GeForce Now, which is interesting because Nvidia GeForce Now is known for losing titles rather than gaining them. So it was nice to see on launch day that GeForce Now got a game. Now, this is something that over the past sort of month we've done quite a lot of sort of coverage of GeForce Now and how it's running, and Cyberpunk worked incredibly well. I will say the queue time at the moment to get onto GeForce Now is redonkulous. Like, even if you're a paying founder member, you still have like hours wait times. It's absolutely crazy. So Nvidia,
is it all for Cyberpunk, do you reckon?
Yes.
People are just queuing to play on that?
Literally, beforehand, I had the free tier, and before Cyberpunk came out, I was always able to get on. Cyberpunk came out, and I upgraded to the Founders tier so I could do our review for it, which will be coming in a couple of weeks, so make sure you subscribe. Boom. It'll drop in there. Yeah, subscribe. The button's somewhere over here, maybe, or over there.
I don't know what side I'm on your screen.
Yeah, so... And I still have crazy wait times now because of Cyberpunk. So, yes, absolutely bogged down. So if you're an Nvidia player...
But you were saying to me that Cyberpunk, now correct me if I'm wrong, worked better for you on GeForce than it did on your PC.
Miles better. Better. So I've got a GTX 1080 Ti, and I couldn't, pretty much no matter what I did with regard to settings, I couldn't get above about 25 to 30 frames per second on my PC. However, when I played it on GeForce Now, I could have pretty much everything maxed out with ray tracing on. Although, just to put it out there, even with Nvidia powering it, it still was getting about 50, 55 frames per second. So, but it ran much better.
Yeah.
So it is, we've talked about this before, that if you're trying to get your hands on one of the new graphics cards and you just don't have the hardware at the moment, or if you sold your old hardware to pay for it, it's actually a pretty good stopgap. It's $5 a month, or you can play the free tier and you only get an hour's playtime per session, but it's still relatively good.
I probably am going off topic. How long does a session last for? Like an hour every 24 hours? Or is it like an hour?
An hour, then you can relog back on.
Oh. Okay,
yeah,
brilliant.
Exactly.
Sounds really good.
Yeah. And then if you're a founder member, it's up to 4 hours, and you get ray tracing, and you also get priority in the queues as well, so you pretty much skip them. Apart from when Cyberpunk comes out, and then, there's no skipping them.
Yeah.
So, it's worth investing in. If you can't get your hands on any up-to-date hardware and you absolutely must be playing some of the latest games, it works really well if you've got a decent internet connection. Playing it on your phone and your iPad as well, that works well as long as you've got a decent internet connection. So, pretty good. Next, this one makes me sad. So, I was really excited today because today was the day that EA Access was going to be available for Game Pass subscribers on PC. I kept refreshing it, having a look, and then this afternoon we got the statement that came out saying EA Access for Xbox Game Pass on PC has been delayed till next year. Apparently we will find out more about it at the start of next year, but
I think what they're doing, Sean, is they're waiting for your 3-month subscription to end, and then they'll bring it in. It's all to spite you. It's the end of 2020 for you.
I know, exactly. I'm about to have my arm and legs chopped off and fall into that lava. Thank you, Obi-Wan. So, that's a bit gutting. If you were waiting, it's meant to launch today. Basically, what you'd get is the EA Access games available in your Xbox Game Pass subscription as well. Unfortunately, that won't be happening now, so have to find something else to play. I find it weird. I don't know what could be holding it up, because it's available on consoles, and they already have the 2 services, and they have to just go...
They might be waiting until after Cyberpunk. Be like, more people might such a huge release. But who knows? It's bean counters counting incorrectly.
There we go. Them damn bean counters. I tell you what, I'm going to find these bean counters. I'm going to have some serious words with them. Yeah, so that's frustrating. I suppose there must be something to do, because I was reading through like the FAQs this morning thinking, am I doing something wrong? Is there a reason I can't access it? And there was so many things in there from EA saying, oh, you'll get access to the EA Game Pass through our Origin app. And I don't know if it's because there's so many different apps on PC that they've just not updated their back end to be able to make it work. So, yeah, if you're looking forward to playing some of the EA games for your Xbox subscription this holiday season, nah, that's not happening. So, one that makes me a little bit happier is Apple Fitness Plus is here.
Let's all get physical.
Yes,
I want to get physical.
Here we go. Let's get physical. So, if like me, you gained a bit of a dad bod. And by a bit of a dad bod, lockdown has done some terrible things to us. Yeah, gained a few.
What was the excuse before?
I wasn't that out. I was in pretty good shape before. Shut up.
For potato.
Yeah, so for those of you who obviously you can't really go to gyms at the moment because someone will have licked the machines, you'll get COVID, and it just doesn't end well. Nobody likes that. Or you'll crush yourself under a dumbbell. Or somebody who's much fitter than you will just make you feel this small. So now you're able to work out from home using your Apple kit. So Apple Watch, iPhone, iPad, Apple TV. Basically, it is guided workouts that are done by some of like the top personal trainers in the world, apparently. Have all been hired for this.
Mr. Motivation.
Mr. Motivator.
There we go.
You got it wrong twice there. Mr. Motivator before Power Rangers. God, you're taking me back. 40 years ago.
I was literally too young for that. Don't remember it.
Wow. So yeah, it's guided workouts, and the great thing about it, so I've been using it today because I have promised that I will do a review on this and obviously give you my honest experience from just an average Joe, so somebody who isn't into fitness, as you can tell. And it's actually really good. So literally on the iPad I had it on and I plugged into my TV, and it gives you, obviously it shows you what music's going to be in there. You can choose your sort of, I guess, level. So I was going for beginner, and it shows you all your stats from your watch on the TV screen, and it's got something called the burn bar. So what it does is it finds out, right, Sean, you're this old and you're this fat and you're this unfit. Now here's a bunch of other people who are this fat, this unfit and this old, and are you at the stage of this doing better in terms of calorie burn and heart rate, or are you doing worse? So it's good for competitive side of it.
Yeah, that sounds really good actually.
And there are so many different types of classes, so you don't need any equipment. You literally just need your TV or your phone or whatever, but you can do it with dumbbells as well. There's different classes with that, and then if you have an exercise bike, row machine or a treadmill, there's different classes for those as well. So there's a lot of different content, and there will be new classes delivered every single week. Yeah, it's really good. I fell over when I used to work out, it would always be weights, row machine, bike. I never really kind of mixed it up that much. But today I had a guy, and he was proper. You got to do this lunge, and then you got your weights, and you do a squat, and I was like, whoa! And literally, my legs just ended up giving out on me. I'm that unfit. I'm going to sue Apple. So everybody gets a month free trial with this. So you know what? If you are wanting to do workouts from home, it's definitely worthwhile at least checking out. After that, it's $9.99 a month or $79.99 for the year. And if you have the Apple One bundle, the top tier of it, you can get it as part of that. So it's generally not that bad price when you consider how much it would be to go to a gym or paying for any classes or personal trainers. So I'm excited to see how it works out, but I guess we shall find out.
I'm more intrigued after you just said about that kind of competition about people your age range. When you say fat, do you just put your weight in?
Yeah, so in the health app, it tells you all of that sort of thing. But it's also got, so as of yesterday, they introduced a new cardio health level. I'm above average, by the way, Liam. I just want to put that out there.
Above average for someone your size.
Shut up. And that measures things like your VO2 max, how basically your activity, and it takes a good snapshot of that. So I don't know where I was going with that, but that's in there now.
You know what? I mock you, but honestly, mine would be awful. Now I don't walk to work because I'm a grown up and I can drive, and I move further away. Now I don't walk to work. I'll do like a long walk, and I'll get to the end of it. I'll be like, I'm knackered. This is how Sean became Sean. I feel the downside happening. So I need to get on that Apple Fitness soon, so don't become you.
Yeah,
this is going.
Exactly. And I did a video on this, I think, this morning, and one of the things I said was putting me off it was the cringe factor of some of the trainers, because they've got the permanent smile, and I always have a permanent smile, but I don't when I'm working out. But actually, it did kind of make me think, I've got to keep going. You know, there's this woman there, she's like, come on! And I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep up, please stop killing me. So yeah, it's it's worth trying out. You know, a lot of us have gained some weight, or a lot. Yeah, I liked it. It was good. So we'll be having our full review at some point in the next couple of weeks, if I make it. No promises.
Yeah. If not, we'll be a Balding gamer.
Yeah, and Liam doesn't know how to edit anything, so that's not going to happen.
I can figure it out. I've got YouTube tutorials. Did I get your stuff?
No.
Oh.
No. Next on the agenda, and I put this in here, it's not really gaming or kind of tech related, it's all to do with streaming services. So Disney Plus had a lot of reveals back end of last week. So Disney obviously are taking over the world. It's it's top of their agenda.
Amazon.
Yeah,
they combined.
Imagine if Apple were rumoured to be buying Disney at one stage.
I don't know how much money Disney or Apple is now.
Well, Apple's $2 trillion company, so they could kind of buy everything.
How many zeros is that?
That's a lot of zeros. That's a lot of zeros. So yes, Disney Plus, they're taking over the world. Obviously, their theme parks are closed at the moment, so clearly Mickey Mouse was sat around at his table and was like, well, what else do I do? How do I take over? It's like streaming services will kill Netflix, will kill Prime, will kill all of them, and will come out with some awesome content. And at their latest announcements, they went full hog. So if you're into Star Wars, there's like 10 new Star Wars series. We've got an Obi-Wan series, and Hayden Christensen's returning as Darth Vader, so that'll be interesting. Got a new Ahsoka series coming out, the Rangers of the New Republic. There is a Andor Cassian series coming, the Bad Batch series. There's like so many different series coming out. And then there is the Marvel stuff as well, which is more up your street.
Yeah, so, I'm not a Star Wars fan, so...
but Loki...
I'm very excited, but I watched the Loki one, I got properly excited. Then, spoiler alert for a trailer. Like, there's one bit where he's dressed like D.B. Cooper, the guy who hijacked a plane in 1970s America, jumped out and just got 50 grand. And I was like, oh, well, that's exciting. It's ticking something all of those little mystery nerds out there. Yeah, but for Loki, looked amazing.
Loads of stuff. So we've got, obviously, Vision and... WandaVision, that's it.
WandaVision.
That just looks mental.
I didn't watch your trailer. I'll watch it. I'll watch anything Marvel, let's face it. I'll watch it all, but I didn't watch your trailer for it.
And then Falcon and the Winter Soldier is coming, which we already knew about. The series of What If, which basically...
That looked quite good.
Looks very bizarre. Yeah. So, Hawkeye's coming. Iron Suits,
yeah.
Basically, with Rhodey heading that up. So there are, again, loads of stuff, and there's just loads of other series, and a lot of their feature films are coming direct to Disney Plus as well. So Disney taking over the world. They had some really small ambitions, so they announced that they've moved their forecasts and aims up to like 300 million, because originally it was 30 million or something stupid like that. It's like, who ever thought that Disney Plus was going to launch and not do well?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't do well to start off with, I thought. Like, when it started, it was like, there wasn't... that sounds stupid. Apart from the Disney stuff, there was nothing. And, I suppose I'm saying it from a 28-year-old male without kids. So, like, I watch all the Marvel stuff, and that was me done. So it was a very, very personable opinion on it.
For all of us who got in lockdown with kids, well... Do you think Disney did this on purpose?
Did Mickey Mouse start COVID?
I think he did.
Ooh, it wouldn't be Mickey Mouse, it'd be Daffy Duck.
Yeah. Oh, hello there, Pluto. I've got this file. And yeah, that's where it came from. Mickey ate a bat. Oh my god.
Is there any bat Disney characters?
Yeah, there's bound.
That'd be creepy, wouldn't it?
No, there's bound to be in there. So let's move swiftly on from that. So the 2020 Game Awards came, and BioWare is working on Dragon Age number 4 and a new Mass Effect game. Liam has no attachment to these because he hasn't played Dragon Age.
Nope. Or Mass Effect.
All Mass Effect.
Haven't played either of them.
I played Dragon Age, the first one, Dragon Age Origins. I have not played Mass Effect, but yes, something to get excited about for all you RPG fans out there. And a lot of the original team are returning to work on it.
That's always good. It's always a bonus, like when they remake games. Like, oh, it's gonna be mint, and then like Halo. That happened to Halo, didn't it? Like a whole new team made, and it just kind of went a bit pish.
Just a bit. Well, that's been delayed now until the back end of next year. So a game that was meant to come out for the launch of the Xbox has now been pushed back. But CD Projekt Red, obviously, because you're all watching this show, because why wouldn't you be? Take some note of that. When fans give feedback, say, hey, this isn't ready, just don't launch it. Wait. Because people just get angry and upset. Mind you, people get angry and upset no matter what you do. So actually,
if they waited, that would have been that. I mean, stand up to the bean counters, CD Projekt Red.
Exactly. You.
Not you, Sean. You don't need to stand up. You're not. You're not them.
Oh, okay. God damn you, bean counters. But where was? Oh yeah. So it's good when the original team. Come back to it. So we're back on track. This next one is an interesting one. So Cydia or Cydia, I never know how to pronounce that.
Cydia.
It's not Cydia. Cydia has filed an antitrust case against Apple.
I'll be honest. I've got no idea who Cydia or Apple are.
Okay, you're absolutely lying. So I'll fill Liam in on this and everybody else. So back in the day when iPhones were all basically locked to one network. So when we originally sold them, you could only get it on.
Who's we? Sorry, I jumped in. I didn't think you were gonna say the next bit you said. Everyone ignore what Sean and I just said.
Okay.
Go again, Sean.
So when we originally sold them, so O2 used to sell them, and it was exclusive, and it's exclusive to AT&T in America. You could only buy it on that network, and you could only use it with that plan that you bought it with. So even if you had another O2 SIM card, you couldn't put your other O2 SIM card into the iPhone. It wouldn't work.
I didn't know that.
Which is crazy. So you used to be able to have really good, obviously, normal O2 plans, and then you had an O2 iPhone plan, which was abysmal. And you had to buy the phone up front and also pay a contract. So you had to pay like the £300 plus then your £35 a month that it was at the time. Yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. So Cydia it's part of the jailbreaking sort of like tool. So you jailbreak your phone and you could then install an application store onto it, and at the time the iPhone didn't have an application store, so Cydia was it. So you'd unlock your phone, you could use any SIM card with it, and then you could download some apps, which was novel at the time because phones didn't do that, and Apple
was
didn't
that
have
like
an
the beer
store.
one where you're like,
yes,
I'm drinking beer?
Yeah, exactly that. And it was crazy because the original iPhone didn't have things like MMS, but Cydia could enable it because you could download it, and it didn't have like a map that you could.
How did iPhone take off? Like everything you were saying. What?
Yeah, exactly. All these things you couldn't Bluetooth anything because even though it had Bluetooth, it didn't work properly. But Cydia enabled that through an app. Yeah, exactly.
So they made iPhone good.
Yeah, basically.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And they've been there ever since. So there's always this back and forth war where, you can jailbreak your phone, they can install Cydia and have an alternative app store. And it's not anything new, this antitrust. So Epic's case has been that they want to be able to have an Epic Game Store on the iPhone. And Cydia's whole argument is that actually they were there first, and then Apple came along and went, no, we've got our app store, go away. And they put more and more pressure on developers that you can't distribute through Cydia, you have to do it through the App Store. So it's odd. It's very odd, and it'll end up going in favour of Apple, I would imagine.
Everything does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot at Apple that needs to change. A lot because they do some weird things and dictate a lot of the apps that you can and can't have, which is just frustrating. But
they've got very near monopoly, don't they? With this type of thing, like they've got, which I'm pretty sure is, I mean, we got laws against that in Britain, but I don't understand. Let's not get into it.
Yeah, so the whole thing with the monopoly thing, because loads of people say, oh, Apple have a monopoly, and technically, yes, they have a monopoly on iOS devices, but actually the iOS device share is much smaller than Android. So realistically, when like Epic, for example, say, it's not fair because Apple have a monopoly on this and they're dictating how we serve it. It's like, well, actually, no, because you serve it on all these game platforms and you serve it on Android as well. And also, Epic just falls apart because they don't have an issue with the cut that PlayStation take. They don't have an issue with the cut that Microsoft takes or Nintendo takes. So that's where their argument starts to fall apart. Your issue that you've got is one of the benefits that Apple has, and for anybody who does use Apple devices, is they are kind of just ultra locked down to the point where it can be frustrating because you don't get to use some of the apps that you'd like to, and it can just be a bit hard to get things onto there. But also, it's a device that I have a lot of stuff on that's connected to a lot of things. I don't necessarily want it to be, you can install pretty much any storefront onto it, because then how secure is it?
More risks and whatnot. That was a very good explanation, apart from the triggering word of lockdown.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, you were very good.
Well, get me my Apple Fitness out. So yeah, it is tricky. You've kind of got to look and think, well, yes, it would be nice if we had choice and we could download our games from Epic Games on my iPhone. And if I wanted to get all these other applications, Game Pass, for example, if I want to be able to get that and stream games onto my iPhone, I could do, because I could get it from Cydia or Microsoft Games. But then the problem is you're starting to shoehorn so many things on there, and how do you police it? And if something goes wrong with it, so if Epic Games puts out something that does end up causing your device to get hijacked or to crash or to get a virus installed on it, ultimately who's at fault? Is it Epic Games? Is it the developer? Is it Apple? And
so it's a good way to think about it, because like the best thing about Apple to me is the ecosystem and how well everything communicates. And like you said, if they start introducing more things from an outside source to change that, that's going to fall apart. So it's a good way to put it.
Exactly. And
give yourself a pat on the back.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Apple. They do a lot of crap. Like, absolutely, some of their stuff, they're not transparent at all. It's like with the latest privacy things they've got on there, they've been called out by Facebook and WhatsApp, because basically now app developers are required to have a privacy badge for all of their applications, which basically says, hey, I'm stealing your data. We're Facebook, we absolutely steal your data, we're going to use it and we're going to sell it off to everybody we possibly can. And they've got to be transparent about that. But Apple pre-bundles all its apps onto its devices already, so therefore they're not available on the App Store, and they don't have to have those privacy badges.
Yeah, they're quite hypocritical.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and granted, they're probably not doing much with it, but ultimately, Facebook, who are ultimately the devil, are there saying, well, actually, you're not playing by your own rule book, so it's not fair. And that's where these sort of things just start to fall apart. So, yeah. That's. I think that's what we've got for.
I've got one more thing.
Oh my God! Leaders brought one.
Yeah.
I've got really sweaty. Sorry.
Why? Like before I add something, why do that? Come on. I'm in the mood. Oh. No, it's just a small thing, but Ubisoft. Oh,
I say Ubisoft.
I think I say Ubisoft. I think I change it every time, to be honest. Yeah. But they're doing 12 days of Christmas, and you get a free thing every day if you've got Ubisoft Connect on PC. Ooh. So, got a free game today. I forgot the name of it already. I'm probably never going to play it. But so for those people that don't have many games, get on it. It's Star something. It's like a one which came out on the Switch. But yeah, Ubisoft 12 days of Christmas. It started yesterday, actually. So, get your free stuff. Get on it if you can. It's PC only, I think, but... Again, showing our elitism.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
yeah, and on there.
I'm going to throw another one in as well, since we're just throwing in random ones now. But The Witcher is doing a 12 days of Witchmas at the moment, where fans can vote for things. So today is the first day, and basically, if you go over, I think it's on their Twitter page, you can vote for. They've given the choice of some season 1 like extras that they're going to give to fans, or you can vote for the Laura Surprise.
I want to vote for Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that's
not
there. Sorry,
I'm gonna message him.
It's you can't have that. He's
dear Henry.
So yeah, that's an interesting one. So it's just a bit of fun again at this time of year. In the old
bring some joy, which we need.
Yes, it's I don't know what I was going to try and say.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
What just happened?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I need to phone someone. Do I need to phone your wife to come and make sure you're okay?
That should leave me.
I don't have a number.
No, it should leave me. So, so yeah. So unless anyone in the stop laughing. If anyone in the comments there, yeah, call her. I'm struggling.
Dear Mrs. Sean.
Right, stop. anyone in the comments has anything they'd like to ask before we sign off? I think it'll be pretty silent.
Are we just going to sit here for a minute in silence?
It's not like not remembering Bolden Gamer's previous success. I mean, Chris has said saucy, so thank you, Mystic, for saucy. I assume that was the bean part. No, put it down. Put it down, Liam.
It's doing it for the silence.
Yeah, but people will just think we've crashed. Yeah, so that's it for now. Obviously, look, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak anymore. Put any comments, questions, or anything that you have in the comments below as well, and we will pick them up for next week. So if you've got any questions you want to ask us, pop them in there, and we will pick those up. And next week, we're back on Tuesday. Why did I have to think about that?
Next Tuesday or this Tuesday?
Don't do this to me. Next Tuesday, because we're currently in this Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we'll be back 8 o'clock UK time. We will GMT.
Don't talk to me about it.
Don't do that. And in the meantime, stay safe. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button to just boost the channel. We're at 330.
You dancing?
333 subscribers.
Oh, that's quite a pleasing number, actually.
It is, yeah. So literally, we're getting there. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we will become monetized, and that just means we can retire and buy ourselves beautiful things. It's not what it means. It means that we will have some more money to reinvest back into the channel, so we can do some more reviews, some more. Oh my God, what's he doing? Some more reviews, more tech stuff as well. So you know what, we're really gunning for that. So Mystic has put a Monster Hunter question mark.
No, because I've got a chicken in the oven.
Monster Hunter question? What do you mean? Oh, you mean you want us to play Monster?
To play it afterwards.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to talk about it. Yeah, so Monster Hunter did kind of get banned in China for Chinese jokes. And that's just bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know the joke.
I don't know the joke either. But sorry, Chris. But yes, until next Tuesday, stay safe, hit subscribe.